AOA Podcast Friday show. Frankie C in the house.
What's happening?
Big dog. How are you? I like when people do this. Little hand gesture.
Little tip of the cap.
Yeah, tip of the cap. But when they put their hand to their forehead and they just move it away. I don't know what this is or how this started, but I like it.
It's weird. It's good. Keep it going.
We're going to keep it up. Maine Manhunt continues. This Robert Card out on the loose after killing 18 people and wounding 13 others. Jimmy Fallon returns to stand up. Halloween canceled.
No. Stop.
Yes. You and your liberal friends are getting their way.
We did nothing.
They're trying to take our Halloween away from us.
Bullshit.
Update on the Middle East and the fun blind top 5.
These are all terrible topics. Like depressing, especially the second one. No, they're all terrible. They're all... No, the manhunt and the Middle East, those are terrible topics. This is gonna be a depressing show.
I thought the Jimmy Fallon, was that your joke though? Or did I?
No.
You're such a dick.
And it's the third place. Okay. And then Halloween canceled.
We haven't talked about it. I don't love talking about the mass shootings, but
It's fucking terrible. It's got to stop.
An unhinged U.S. Army reservist killed 18 people, wounded 13 others in 2 separate shootings in Lewiston, Maine. This guy is out on the loose. They're combing Maine to find him.
Bring this fucker in.
Which is surprising, too, because I didn't think Maine was that big. I'm showing my naivety here, but I figured it's not New York City. I thought we'd be able to find somebody in a couple of hours.
Probably. And I didn't mean to make light of the other. I didn't. That was
you didn't, but you didn't have to take that big of a
joke.
shot at Jimmy Fallon. You know,
I'll take all the shots at Jimmy Fallon, but I don't.
You know, he's my best friend in the whole
other
world.
2 topics are very serious, and I didn't mean to make light.
You know, no, it's fine. But you know, Jimmy's my best friend, and that's hurtful. I always felt like there was a jealousy between you two.
He sucks.
There was a mysterious note found in his home, as the U.S. Coast Guard is actually now joining the investigation. Investigators are trying to determine if the note provides any answers on the motive behind Wednesday night's bloodbath. The note gave information and instruction to others about where things could be found and disposed of, law enforcement sources told CNN, which they said suggested that when it was found or read, that Card would no longer be alive. So I think this was like sort of a suicide mission. I also read somewhere that he was targeting deaf people because a deaf person made fun of him or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know. We've gone off the rails as far as like sensitivity and mental health goes, and just people feeling like they could just pick up a weapon and just slaughter people.
It's unbelievable. And a representative from Maine, I don't know if it was the governor or I forget who it was, guy who made the statement. He said, I was a person who protected people's gun rights and all this stuff. He goes, now we gotta do something. He's like, they gotta stop.
Oh, was that right? Was that like a Republican from Maine said that?
I don't know if he was Republican or not, but that's what he said. Some guy I think it was a representative. I don't know in what body, but he was talking news conference, and he said, I was, fierce defender of people's gun rights and all this stuff, but not anymore.
I mean, I feel like if we're not there yet, we're going to just eventually get to the point where at least can we agree on the assault rifle? Like, I mean, we had a ban on the assault rifles before. We put it back. Everybody can still have their little handguns and feel safe and all that jazz. I feel like it's the same weapon every single time.
Every time.
And then you get the people that are like, well, if you ban it, it's not going to do anything. Well, let's try. Let's see what happens.
We
let's give it a couple. Yeah, we already did it, and there weren't any, and then it lapsed, and now there's like a ton. Let's try it and see what happens.
I mean,
I say if we ban assault rifles after 10 years and the government hasn't taken all of our rights, we can consider that a big victory. We can consider that a massive win.
I think you're right. Yeah, nothing has been done. It's It just keeps going, and literally nothing is done. And it's frustrating and it's infuriating because there are things that can be done. I don't understand. The guy, you could just, whatever it takes, you could just walk in and just buy a gun, and, and in many cases, there's no questions asked.
Yeah. I mean, it's reached Maine, for the love of God. What did Maine people ever do to anybody? I mean, they're practically Canada, Frank. I mean, this is maddening. Now, these are the nicest citizens we have, and they
Yeah.
don't deserve this. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
No, it's insane. And I don't know what it's going to take for people to people in charge to be like, yeah, all right, we're wrong. It's got to stop. I mean, it's gotten to it's every day. When I hear about every single one of them, but it's every day. And yeah, they say, oh, it's a mental illness problem. It's and it's like, all right, but the answer can't be put more guns out there. If it is a mental illness problem, wouldn't you want to restrict guns to people who have mentally who have mental illness? Like why would you want more guns in a situation where there's people with mental illnesses?
I tell you, the MAGA Republicans have gone like off the rails as far as following typical Republican ways of doing things. I'd love to see them challenge it here. You want to really crack down on the spending in Washington, D.C. Okay, I can respect that. I don't think the way they're going about it is all that effective, but I can respect it. Why don't you take a crack at this too? Like, if you're going to step out of traditional ways, and Matt Gaetz is up there saying, look at the power we have now, and he's not taking money from big donors, why don't you step up and be like, it's time for us to stop taking money from the NRA and at least ban assault rifles? I like to see that.
It would be one thing. Like, they always say the whole mental illness thing, but then a couple of years ago, I think Biden's first term, they tried to pass a bill that would fund mental illness. It would give funding towards helping children with mental illness in schools, and Republicans voted it down. And it's like, all right, so if it's a mental illness problem, why wouldn't you back something like that? It's just it's a two-faced thing. Oh, mental illness, we're not going to do anything about it, and we're not going to take the guns away. So I guess we're stuck. It's like, no, we're not stuck. We got the wrong people leading, and that's a problem.
Maine authorities have lifted a shelter-in-place order for several communities that have been put in place following Wednesday's shooting. 4 towns are still restricted for hunting as the search for Robert Card continues. General lockdowns have been lifted except for Lewiston, Lisbon, Bowdoin, and Monmouth, Maine. So hopefully they'll find this. I remember the Boston thing? There was when I was on the air here on Long Island, there was like a rumor at one point that he was on a train, or the suspect at the time was on a train passing through Connecticut. And I remember people on Long Island in New York starting to freak out when that, and it turned out to not be true. But
right.
There was that one morning where it was like, oh, I think he's on a train from Connecticut. And all of a sudden, everybody was just utterly panicking. Yeah. So it's an uneasy feeling for everybody up in Maine for sure. Hopefully they find this guy really soon.
Bring this bastard in, man. Mental illness or not, he's a criminal, and he's got to be brought in, and it's terrible. And what happened to these people is awful. It should never happen. That's something that should never happen.
Well said. Jimmy Fallon returns to stand-up. I was very surprised to see this. The Comedy Cellar in New York City is a world-renowned club. We've been going there since high school.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to see how much back then it was free to go. Remember when we used to just go for free? We had to buy like a drink. No, I think you have to buy tickets every day of the week now. And they have like 4 clubs now. Like they took over the Village Underground, the old Fatback Black Pussycat, and I think one other room now. So it's like all these rooms that they're just running these crazy comedy. It's a real big comedy boom right now. So the Cellar, the original Cellar, though, is a place where like all the heavyweights used to go. Me personally, I've seen Chappelle there.
Yeah.
I was there for Seinfeld one night. And were you there for Seinfeld when I was?
I didn't see Seinfeld, no.
Okay. We've seen, I mean, back then, all the regulars were like Bill Burr and Jim Norton and Colin Quinn.
My wife Erin went there, and she went there with a friend of hers a long time ago before I knew her. And she, all of a sudden, oh, the last, person is not going to be performing tonight. In his place, Robin Williams, everyone. And Robin Williams takes the stage.
She saw Robin Williams there?
Robin
Wow.
Williams. Yep.
That must have been insane.
Yeah. So that's a crazy moment.
We're going to have to ask her about that when she comes on for Blind Top 5.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's a world-renowned club, like super low ceiling, really cramped, like fun little club place, and a lot of people like drop in, like Robin Williams, Frank just said, and Chris Rock is always going there. He's one of the big stars that works out there. Well, Chris Rock brought Jimmy Fallon down to the Comedy Cellar this past week to do some stand-up on his own, which is surprising to me because he hasn't done. Oh, Mike Birbiglia was there too. It was Mike Birbiglia, Chris Rock brought Jimmy Fallon in. He hasn't done stand-up in a long time. Now I know he does an opening monologue every night on the show.
Yeah,
but it's a little bit of a written exactly. It's a little bit of a different muscle when you're on that stage. Like that's a gym, that's a workout for these comics. Yeah. Like it's hot and sweaty and the lights and, it's such a small, tiny stage and the people are right on top of you.
You'd think it'd be it's a small place. It's like a basement and it's tiny, that Comedy Cellar, but it's legendary.
For sure.
Performs there.
A lot of people are bringing up the toxic workplace, and now he's showing up at comedy clubs and they're drawing the line to it. And I can't say I disagree with, is he starting to prepare for life beyond the Tonight Show?
I don't know, man, but that's a good possibility. How long? I don't know how long his contract is good for.
I was going to say, I think he signed a contract before the pandemic. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be totally wrong about this. I'm going to try and look it up now. I believe he signed a contract before the pandemic, but we forget that was 3 years ago. So if it was a year before the pandemic and he signed a 5-year deal, he could be coming up on his last year.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But do you think they re-sign him?
Well, okay, he signed in 21. So it was during the pandemic for 5 years. So until 26, he's got. So it's a little early to start preparing for your out. I think they do re-sign him, but I feel like something is going on where they are either positioning themselves to re-sign him for far cheaper, or they really are in love with somebody else and they're laying the groundwork to bring in that person. I don't know who. It's not Seth Meyers. By the way, you sent me the Seth Meyers thing earlier today.
Yeah.
Outside of the first minute and a half of him talking, it was horrible.
I think he does a good job.
I like that closer look feature. I really do. But I feel like, again, he's one of those guys that's just so angry at Trump. They lose their comedy muscle a bit when they're just trying to slam the point home that he sucks.
Right.
But the beginning was really, really funny. I forget what the line was in the opening where he was like, he said something. I was laughing out loud, hysterical. It was really great.
I think he's good. I don't know. I think he's funny.
Yeah. Frank sent me a clip of a closer look. It was what Seth Meyers doing Trump, because the other day in Trump's speech, he goes,
I can't with this guy. I don't understand.
What did he say? He was like, us. I believe in us. I believe in us. And if you look at it,
you know what us spells? You know how it's spelled? It's spelled U.S. Nobody ever looked at that before. Am I the only one that noticed that?
Anyone ever notice? Anyone ever notice? What's the deal with us, right?
It's spelled with a U and an S. This is the first two letters. First two letters of USA. Us.
I mean, when you think it's a whole word only made with 2 letters. I mean, that's pretty fantastic.
I mean, how many of those could there be?
Yeah.
And they're amazing. We have the best 2-letter words.
He did have a revelation that most 8-year-olds have, and then acted like
he
it
came
was,
up with it, and it was this brilliant thing. He was like,
and the
"You believe
crowd he
that?"
was in front of ate it
Yeah.
up.
So, and I'm sorry, but if you were the president for 4 years, and it's the first time they came to you that USA is spelled with US, come on.
I never noticed it, but I was too busy fighting sleepy Joe Biden to notice that us is also U.S. It's amazing.
I was reading the other day. I was reading, and I just came across U.S. It's spelled U.S. That's us. That's like, oh God, I can't with this guy.
Oh, the pillow, the TJ Maxx pillow, because that's a TJ Maxx pillow, and he put it on the screen. That was funny. That was the part.
No, they got some good bits. I think he's good. I like Seth Meyers and Stephen Colbert.
Well, I think that with Jimmy Fallon, it's either there, and so my point is, I don't know who they're cozying up to, because I don't think it's Seth Meyers. I don't think Seth Meyers is a Tonight Show caliber host.
What do you? Why he already does what he does? That's the same.
Because
BS.
I feel like you have to be wide. You have to be broad. And I don't think that Seth is. I think Seth starting the show, sitting at the desk, doing his bits and his closer looks and all that. He's found a comfort zone where he's good at. That's what he's good at. He didn't like doing the monologue standing up in the beginning. He doesn't like wearing a suit, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate it. I like that he's doing his thing, and I think he's got a place there for that. I don't think he can put a suit on and then go up there and do all those broad jokes.
Maybe they do they go outside outside of the normal regular guys, and they get someone else or a woman or someone new that we haven't seen on host before.
It probably most likely will be a woman.
That's fine.
Since we're all losing our ground. Remember, like you were texting me before? You were saying?
Right. I don't know what's going on with the men in this country.
I wonder if it's somebody like a Matt Rife who's just like
Britney Spears should do it.
It should be Britney Spears. I just think it'll be one of these TikTok.
Who's Matt Rife?
Matt Rife is a comedian who is just blown up on TikTok over the last 2 years.
Never heard of him.
And he does like a lot of crowd work, which a lot of comics hate. I like this too. This is going on in comedy now. So what's happening is every comic is filming their stand-up set and they're putting it on TikTok.
Right.
And what they're doing a lot now is putting their crowd work up there because it's like spontaneous and it's kind of like funny and
showing your improv skills.
Tends to get the bigger reaction, in the room, and they're putting all that stuff out there, and it's pissing off all the regular comedians because they're like, "That's your worst shit," and you're putting it out like it's the best shit. And now,
shouldn't that not piss off? Shouldn't that be like, this guy's just going to lose followers and I'm going to gain?
Well, what they're saying is, I think this is why it's really pissing them off. What they're saying is now when they all go to do their sets and their comedy shows, people are just yelling shit at them constantly because they feel like crowd work is part of the whole
that's on the audience. I mean, I can't tell you. It's so frustrating when you're in an audience watching especially a stand-up thing and people start yelling out and disrupting. That's not part of the show. That's not. If the comedian goes into the crowd and starts talking to you, then that's part of the show. But you shouldn't be yelling shit out and talking to the guy. He has the woman. They have a script that they follow, and it's not to spontaneously respond to people yelling shit out. That's not part of the show. So that always frustrates me. I can't, I hate that.
Do you remember when we went to a comedy show and it was our group that was a part of that little?
Oh man, we went to Caroline's in the city, another big famous comedy club in Manhattan. And it was a part of a bachelor party. And we had one of our friends was there. And a friend of a friend was kind of with us in the crowd and a big name was on stage. Big name. And he just started yelling shit out. And he was just drunk. And And we were all just like, oh God, I can't.
We had that moment. We're like, oh, the show's starting, and we're all like, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, whatever, loser, and our face is like, oh no.
It's the most embarrassing shit because you're like, what are you? You're not. Nobody's gonna laugh at that. Nobody's gonna take your side. I was so surprised we didn't get thrown out that night. I don't know how we didn't get thrown out. We didn't do anything, but at least he should have been thrown out.
I know that would have been great. And it was like, and everybody in that audience bought tickets to see that. Like, I'm sure people had waited an entire year for that night.
Yeah.
And just the looks that we were getting. And I wish there was like a sign that we could hold up that was like, that's not really my friend.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know that one.
We were just, because he was kind of in our area, at our table-ish spot. And we were just like, oh, I can't, this is not happening. Because it was, Caroline's is kind of a big place. I'd say 70 people maybe. For a comedy club, that's pretty big.
No, Caroline's like 300 people.
No, it's not that big.
Yeah, they have the curtain that cuts that room off. This was a show that the curtain was open.
I don't remember that. I thought it was a small. All right. Well, yeah, it was the worst. We were I think we were relatively close to the stage, maybe 20 feet from the stage, but we were like there was a good amount of people in between us and the stage, and we were just mortified that this guy. I wish. Just to end everybody's misery and ours included, they should have just escorted him out, and it would have been like,
yeah. Did we leave early, or did we stay for the whole thing?
No, I think we stayed. I don't know if he calmed down. I don't remember if he calmed down. I just remember there was a good chunk of time where he was just a jerk, and it was awful.
And I remember at the time too being so excited about it because I was like, oh, we like we were saying earlier, Frank and I have been going to comedy shows since I think before we were even really allowed to go, like we were just kind of going because like back then too, during the week they would because it's such a touristy thing, they would just let anybody in during the week. It was like, whatever, who cares, just come in and
unless it's
buy mozzarella sticks, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Then there's like they have nights where you got to like 2 drink minimum, so we wouldn't do that, but no, comedy clubs are great. But it's 2 things that are awful with comedy clubs. One is people being jerks in the audience. The other is when the comedian is bombing and it just gets so awkward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's hard to sit through. You're embarrassed for everyone in the room.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Like the comedian.
We were excited because we had been through a lot of bachelor parties, and at that point, and it like at some point you're like, all right, the fucking strip club, and so it was like this one. It was like we're going to a comedy show. We were like, oh. Yeah, like this is gonna be fun. Like breaking up the monotony a little bit, doing something a little different, a little fun. And this dickhead just ruins it in the first 3 minutes.
I mean, we'll never forget it, but not for a good reason.
I know.
It was just
the worst. When were we together for Chappelle when Chappelle went? Because that got a little weird.
I've seen Chappelle. No.
Chappelle did like an hour. Like every comic in the cellar when they're working on material does like 10, 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes the most. You get Seinfeld coming in, he might go and do like 20 minutes because they're just working out stuff too. So they'll give you like 5 minutes of great stuff. Then they'll give you like 10 minutes of like, I'm
new
working on
trying out.
And then they'll maybe put 5 minutes of stuff that they know is working at the end just to give you that good feeling before they leave.
Right.
Chappelle did like an hour and 45 minutes. He was just like,
maybe he was filming a special. I don't know.
I think
they should do. Does anybody film specials at the Comedy Cellar? It's not a big enough room, but they should. That would be the move to do.
Ray Romano did.
Did he?
Ray Romano did his, I want to say his last special, maybe not though. He did it, I want to say he did it at both the Comedy Cellars, the original Cellar room and then the new Village Underground. I think he did it at both.
All right.
He did like a half hour in one and a half hour in the other one. I think that was part of his whole...
these places have been around forever and they're legendary and they should get a little something,
Yeah, it's a treasure.
Imagine someone's hour and a half special films live at the Comedy Cellar. That's the way.
That would be cool.
A little back.
Onion
Who canceled Halloween.
Wait, I gotta. Onion, y'all should have notifications or something. Hello, everyone. A little late.
Don't we have notifications?
We do. Paige said, starting time guessing game is obviously not ran by Erin.
That's true. Starting time, it's hard, but it's anywhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Correct.
8:30 and 9, anywhere in there. It's usually between 8:30 and 8:45, but sometimes we go a little later than that. So safe bet is between 8:30 and 9.
Well said,
Eastern.
my friend. Well
That's your
said.
safe bet. But
All right, they're
can't
taking
always hit that
Halloween
number.
away from us, Frank.
What they do now?
Well, I should say you and your people are taking Halloween.
I am
away
all
from
for Halloween. I'm for everything Halloween.
Mm.
What's your problem now?
A school district in New Jersey.
Well, there's your first problem. Don't do anything. Jersey's not a good standard.
South Orange Maplewood School District announced this month that there will no longer be any Halloween celebrations during school hours. In a letter to parents, the district stated that the reason was to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion.
But doesn't everybody do Halloween?
Thank you. Tell me that doesn't make your blood boil. This is what I talk about when I say the liberals go too far. You never believe me, but it's true. There are some out there that are taking shit too far.
Yeah, no, there's people that are way down the, on the left and way on the right. But yeah, no, that's doesn't seem. I mean, if you don't want to participate, it's not a religious holiday. I mean, it stems from religion, but it's not. I think it's become more of a everybody participates kind of a thing, right?
So the superintendent over there, Dr. Ronald G. Taylor, said that when officials made the decision, they based it on three crucial questions. The first one being, is promoting school-sponsored Halloween activities creating indirect and unintentional financial hardships for students and families? Now, I know, because I just bought two of them, the cost of a Halloween costume is on average $35.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not a lot of money, but even if you convince
if you're living paycheck to pay, that's a chunk of change.
$70 if you got two kids. But I also know that, a pair of funny glasses, you can pull off a costume for $7.
What they should do is maybe the week before or a few days before, you get arts and crafts stuff going and you have everybody make their own costumes.
Yeah.
Something. I mean, be creative with it. You don't have to. Not everybody has to dress up as the princess with the glitter. Maybe sit down everybody and say, all right, here's some paper plates, some rubber band, whatever we're gonna do, and we'll start making. Be creative. Make your own costume. That's your costume for school. You want to do something at home and do something different? Great. But at school, here's your costume. You make your costume. Do something.
You could be
different.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, listen. I just went to a costume party with my kids. I spent $35 on a Transformers costume. There was another child younger than mine who made a Transformers costume out of cardboard, and that person won the creative costume prize.
Boom.
And it was really cool. They did the whole cardboard thing. They folded themselves into a thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't. You don't have to buy the craziest costume. We just got a new toilet in the house, but we have this huge cardboard. Thank you very much. We just got now I'm looking at this empty cardboard box. You can make shit out of stuff. It doesn't have to be store bought and everything. I remember when we were kids, we used to get the store bought stuff. One year, I think I was late to the game and I didn't get a costume in time, and I was like, all right, what am I going to do? It may have been a little lame, but I did, the smiley face, the remember that? I don't know if you remember my costume. I cut out a piece of oak tag. It was yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Drew the big smiley face on it. I wore all black, and I was the smiley face guy. And I had a little sign that said, "Have a nice day."
Perfect. What did that run you? $2.60?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was easy. It was cheap, and I had a good time.
Get creative. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. This is where liberal ideology and political correctness go too far. You act like, oh, is this insensitive to people? If you try, here's the thing. Being inclusive and wanting everybody to be equal, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you just are inventing ways to do that, you go so far to ruin Halloween for children.
Yeah, I get that you want everybody to be able to afford and do what they got. Yeah. If there's any problem like that, if you foresee maybe I'm sure the kids aren't going to come up to you and go, I can't afford it. But if the people in Jersey have that sense and have that inkling that maybe some kids might have a problem getting a costume, I think, I think you should be able to maybe not dip into the school funds, but maybe do like a arts and crafts thing. Get creative, something.
There's got to be some discretionary fund, to your point, some PTA money around.
PTA, do a little bake sale or something.
Yeah.
Raise some money for it. I don't know.
Can we scratch together $60 to get the 2 or 3 kids in class that can't afford a fucking costume?
Do something. Or get a little, a
no,
guy that
instead,
comes.
Let's cancel Halloween altogether.
Hire someone that comes in and does face painting and have the,
great
something,
idea. Why aren't you on a school board with these ideas?
I don't know. I don't have
Jesus. It's like 2 great ideas in a row.
Thank you. I'll give them to you. You have kids. Bring them to the next meeting.
Yeah, but I don't have anything to do with them, so it'll be wasted on me. Is promoting school-sponsored Halloween activities creating indirect and unintentional financial hardships for students and families? Number 2, do school-sponsored Halloween activities violate the dignity of some of our students and families, either culturally or religiously? Again, can't we just dress up, have fun, and get candy? What is the problem?
None of the kids are like, they just want to dress up as fucking Mario and Barbie and shit. What's the problem? They're thinking about dressing up as something fun and getting candy. That's what they're thinking about.
That's all they're thinking about.
They don't care about all this.
Can I tell you something? It's not even just Halloween. What you just said, that's what they're thinking about most of the time anyways. How can I get candy and let me dress up in whatever else is around?
Exactly. So, I mean, this is the one day of the year they're allowed to do all that.
Jesus, does it violate your cult? Is that Super Mario Brother a cult? You know what? For Italians, it is. I'm not going to lie to you. It is. But we fucking look the other way because it ain't that big of a deal.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. I mean... What part of it, though? I don't understand what part of it is violating anything.
It's so fucking stupid.
If they could tell me.
1 year, I love this story. 1 year, Frank and we went to a Catholic grammar school. 1 year, the fucking geniuses at this shithole come up with this idea that, again, like these shitheads in Jersey, that Halloween, it's too much. It's too much with the gore and the blood and the... and we're a Catholic school and it's All Hallows Eve anyway. So it's a religious thing. This is what we're going to do this year. This was their brilliant idea at our Catholic grammar school. This year, we're going to do everybody dress up as their favorite saint. You can still come to school in a costume, but your costume has to be your favorite saint. I
don't remember this.
Oh, this was 1 year. This was decreed on what we had to do. So we couldn't dress up as our favorite video game or cartoon character. We had to come dress up as a saint. And you know what happened? Everybody did it. And do you know what it looked like? Everybody wore the same stupid brown
robe
with a tie around it. It was 200 kids dressed identically the same. We looked like a cult. It looked like a cult and a freak.
I don't think I did that. I think that was before I got there.
No, I think it was our 5th grade. I got pictures. I think you were there.
Find me in that picture. I don't know if I was there.
I think
I don't remember doing that.
People were driving by going, what are they doing to those poor children? Aren't they supposed to be dressed up for Halloween? There's a cult over there.
I don't know. What was I?
You don't remember?
I get not wanting the kids to dress up like gory and out of control. If you have some kind of dress code, there's dress codes all over the place. I understand if you don't want a kid dressing up like he's, got blood everywhere. All right. There's little kids in the school. Okay, I get that. But, to stop kids from dressing up like a princess or a superhero, let them have fun. Come on.
But maybe it's culturally insensitive. What if it's violating our culture, our religious beliefs?
I'll talk about it. Whose culture? We'll talk about it. I'm all for having the conversation, but to just
whose culture? The Vulcans? Are the Vulcans upset by all the Star Wars costumes?
The princess culture. I mean, Barbie. I'll have the conversation. Give me the list of cultures we're violating. We'll talk about it. I have no problem. If there are, great. We'll talk about it and we can come to a conclusion about it. But to outright cancel the entire holiday is a little much.
You know what culture we're insulting? We're violating the intelligence culture.
Yeah.
People who can think with their brains.
Yeah, and it's funny, I know we talk about this a lot, but I've been watching like on YouTube these videos of people who honestly to God think that the earth is flat. And I can't. That's just the stupidity level. You know, is it the education system? Is it just people just don't want to believe anything anymore? I don't understand what is happening. How
we've said this before. That's the moment we went wrong, is when we didn't start rounding up those people, the flat earthers.
Rounding them up.
Yeah, it was time to round them up and put them through some sort of educational video course, something. There had to be some repercussions there where we try and improve those people.
I don't get it because they're just so sure. They're like, nope, it's flat. And we're like, no, you have zero evidence. Zero. If I can understand, if you had conducted some tests and you were like, well, you know, we did this and this is what it said, then you'd be like, oh, okay, I see that. At least you did it scientifically and there was some kind of, but no, there's no tests. There's nothing. They're just going, well, I can't believe what NASA's saying, so it's got to be flat. It's like, no, that's not how you come to a conclusion. You don't just go off of your whatever you want, whatever idea pops in your head can't be true because you don't believe the other side. You gotta, the side that says the earth is round has mountains of evidence and you have none. So your argument is invalid. So I don't understand that they're just so that you can't turn them. You know, I've never seen someone like with all these videos. I've never seen someone go, you know what? You're right. I think it's round now. They're just so locked in and they dig their heels in. And it's like,
wouldn't that be nice? Well, there was a post the other day. I forget who it was, but I did see a guy. It was, I don't even know if the picture's real. Honestly, the picture looked fake to me, but I was so happy at the revelation that I didn't say anything. But I saw a post on social media this past 9/11, and it was the towers, and it was like the sun was like coming up or coming down, and it was a certain angle where it was just shining kind of like through the building, and you could kind of see like the exoskeleton structure of the building, you know?
Like through the windows or something.
Yeah, because it was an interesting way that building was constructed, you know. And a guy was like, you know, after all this time, I can finally say that I don't think it was an inside job. And I was like reading, and I was like, wow. It's like, wow,
someone changed their mind about something.
Crazy coming back over to the, you know.
That's something that should be a headline story. Someone was convinced when presented with facts. You know, that should be a huge deal because nobody does that anymore.
Todd in Morristown, New Jersey today posted about, being wrong about the 9/11 terrorist attack.
Yeah, he was so sure. And then someone said, here's some facts. And then he said, yeah, I'm wrong. That never happens. Even when presented with facts, they go, nah, I don't believe you.
Let's go to Stacey McLaughlin, who's in front of his home.
What is that?
And she's just out there like, hey, we're in front of Todd's house, who earlier admitted that he was wrong about a social media post.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. This whole time I was wrong, and it took a few years, but
21.
Here we are, and I'm on the right side now. It took some time.
Yeah. I just want to apologize to all the victims out there who I put through torture.
God,
fucking 21 years of
it's
being
unreal.
Like, you're lying. Maybe they did lose people. Maybe now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe this giant disaster that we all remember happening actually happened.
All right, thanks a lot, Todd. Back to you, Stu.
Yeah, God. It's starting to become people don't believe what they see anymore.
No.
You know, they see something and they go, nope, just because it contradicts what's in their head already.
Yeah, people can't believe it. Here we go.
Hey.
J-Sabs. I'm surprised J-Sabs hasn't gotten Halloween canceled for everybody yet.
Oh, after my costume on Tuesday, definitely will be.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, what are you dressing up as?
Yeah.
You'll have to see.
Okay.
Tuesday.
before everybody freaks out over us, the third reason was: does the promotion of school-sponsored Halloween activities create tensions with the equity and access values of the school district? I don't even know what that means. Can I read that
Yes.
again? Because
One more time.
I know what it means.
One more
Does the
time.
promotion of school-sponsored Halloween activities create tensions with the equity and access values of the school district? I mean, I don't even know what that. You know what that means to me? I'll tell you what that means. We have two bullshit reasons. Would a third make this sound more serious? Because if you cancel Halloween over two reasons, people are going to fight you. But if you say, "Here is our three questions,"
Comedy comes in threes.
it just sounds more official if it's three, right?
That's a rule of comedy. Yeah. And I think that last one is like, well, does it jive with our school's value system and whatever? And it's like, well, it's Halloween. It's a fun time. It's not supposed to be challenging anybody's anything. It's not supposed to be based on anybody's values or anything like that. It's just playing dress up. I don't think so. It's just about playing dress up and getting candy. That's all it is.
That's all it is. I'll make it more complicated than it has to be.
Yeah, stop reading into it.
I like putting up some of Robin's comments and not reading them sometimes, just to reward the people who watch versus the people who listen. Sorry,
it's got some gems too. Yeah. Anybody just listening, Robin comes out with some gems, and Anthony posts them. We don't read them sometimes, and it's worth watching.
Cool earrings, J Sabs. What's going on? Are those Halloween earrings? Because I wish you would have cleared this so that we could take it to the committee and make sure that it is within the equity and values of the podcast.
Well, it's funny because I just came back from trunk or treat at the kids' schools. 2 of them. Oh, thank you.
Is this why they get candy out of people's trunks of their cars?
Yeah. Like you decorate it, Halloween-like.
I don't want candy out of the trunk of a car. Isn't that's kind of, I don't want to say gross, but like, isn't there a lot of bullshit in people's trunks? Like,
well, I don't know what you put in your trunks.
There's a spare tire, a jack, some golf balls, I think.
My wife's got a lot of junk in her trunk.
Oh,
wow! What you gonna do with all that ass inside them jeans?
It's the worst lyrical song ever, and we were all loving it.
How did that we fucking sang it. We sang it too.
Like, woo, woo, woo. It was a slamming song.
Right.
What was her name in the group there?
Fergie.
Fergie. God, you think anybody went up to Fergie and was like, "You think he's saying humps a little too many times?"
Lady humps or lady lumps.
And then somebody else was like,
"Lady lumps."
Yeah, somebody else was like, "No, we need more humps."
My hump, my hump, my hump.
Yeah, fucking shit. I witnessed a trunk or treat argument earlier in the week.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Somebody was mad because this didn't even dawn on me. Okay. I see. Here's my perspective in the world. Frank is with me too. We grew up in Queens. We've all moved to another place. So when something happens, I just automatically assume this is the way these rednecks out here have been doing this for all time. Unbeknownst to me, that trunk or treat was a COVID thing.
No.
Yeah.
I think it was a thing before
I heard trunk or treat.
Always? Okay. Yeah. Because I saw somebody goes, "Oh, I'm going to a trunk or treat." Somebody else goes, "Fuck that COVID shit." And then there was like a fight that broke out. And I was like, why is everybody getting so upset?
Yeah, maybe we should cancel Halloween. These freaking people. Right. Everybody's fighting for no reason.
It makes sense, though, because I didn't like going to somebody's trunk and getting candy is no different than going to somebody's door and getting candy. I mean, it's
shit.
You're still outside.
You're outside. You're getting handed. I mean, do you walk up to the trunk and just take, or they hand it to you?
No, they hand it to you.
It's the same shit. I think it's more about the safety of people right? It's all about like everybody's kind of familiar with each other.
Can I show a picture? Can I show a picture?
Yeah, please do.
I'll show a picture of what somebody's trunk or treats out.
By me, it was. Oh, here we go. I thought you were going to take a while to get that up. Yeah, put that up big on the screen there. Oh, so they decked it all out with lights and everything.
Hold on. And some people actually dress the part. Wait, there was this cool Somebody had like a bubble machine.
Nice.
Whoa.
There was a DJ.
I think this video should come with an epilepsy warning.
I know, right?
I'm just hoping she accidentally shows a naked picture of her husband.
And look what I got. I got a little collar. Look at this. Look at this.
Was that from a trunk or treat thing?
Look at why can't white women just let kids have Halloween without trying to make it slutty? I don't understand it.
This is slutty?
It's a little.
It's very 90s of you.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. How about
I didn't
this?
say slutty. He said slutty. I said 90s. What am I looking at?
Are those eyes
it's like a
hanging
monster
from the top of the trunk? Oh, it's like a
teeth.
mouth.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
So they had like this one guy. I mean, I thought this was really cool. You see that?
Whoa. Where's the trunk?
It's
in the background.
Yep. But, he dressed up as Dracula.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a setup.
So yeah, that was good. And then we had to go to 2. And the second one,
not good.
I was embarrassed for them.
Really?
Was like 5 people.
Yeah. There wasn't as many cars. They weren't really decorated like the ones at the first school. And kids were just running and screaming. And I went, yep, I'm going to be in charge of this next year. Yep.
It's going to fall into your hands. Yep.
Going to have to take this over next year. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who was in charge of it this year?
I don't know.
Parent that didn't organize anything?
Bet you it was Diane, lazy piece of shit.
Damn it, Diane.
All I know is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Anthony's on air is going to be on the 1 and 2s.
Oh, I like that idea. We'll scare the shit out of them kids.
Right.
What the hell's the 1 and 2s?
Like the DJing.
Ooh.
By me, they did the high school seniors decorated their cars and did trunk or treat at the end of the party, the Halloween party that was in the school. And that was kind of fun because like the kid, here's what I like about that is forcing the older kids to do shit for the younger kids. I like stuff like that.
That's good.
That makes me happy because then when our kids get older, like they're like, oh, I remember going to this and being like all excited about it. So let me do a good job for these kids. And of course, there was like 14 cars and 13 of them were decorated. And there was one car where the kids were just like sitting there with a bucket of candy. They're like, here's fucking
right.
Like they couldn't be bothered. There was no theme. There was no costumes. There was nothing. They were just like,
that's
whatever.
Fine. As long as you got candy, that's fine.
So did the kids clean? Was that a school thing? Because that looks like it was like really done up.
Yep, that was the school thing. They had a DJ. I don't just.
It looks like it was on someone's block, though. Don't they have that?
Nope, this was in the school.
Wow,
nice,
cool.
Yeah.
So Halloween is not canceled.
No,
folks.
It is in South Jersey.
Well, it's because it's South.
And
Jersey.
let me tell you something. This is how it starts. Okay, slippery slope.
Up.
Next thing you know, we're all going to be marrying goats. Okay.
Okay.
It starts in Jersey. Next thing you know, it's fucking in Delaware, and
That's
then Maryland.
The only logical destination of this whole train of thought is we're marrying goats.
We're married. We're just before you know it, the gay frogs will be taken over with AI. You know what I'm saying?
Frogs gay. Thank God that guy's not anywhere anymore.
Can we prepare the blind top 5, please, as we go into the second to last topic?
That's really why I came on. That's really why I came on, because I have a pounding headache, but I wanted to know what the blind top 5.
Do I have to notify E-Sizzles, or can you do that, Frank?
I will notify E-Sizzles.
Okay. Middle East, we have to talk about this briefly. Couple things here. Iran is launching explosives and testing new weaponry, which is obviously very comforting for everybody involved.
Oh yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. Here's a headline. Poll shows alarming support for Hamas.
What? Who are they polling?
According to a new Harvard-Harris poll, the only police and military are more respected than Israel. Only the police and the military are more respected than Israel. The Palestinian Authority got 17% support, and Hamas has a 14% positive rating. Hamas, mind you.
A terrorist group.
The terrorist group. Yeah.
Okay, just so we're clear.
Just so we're clear on that, there in this poll. I mean, that should be at what is it? 3%? What's the margin of error? It's 3%.
1, I think.
1, whatever it is.
That's ridiculous. How do you look at the situation and go, all right, this terrorist group just flew in, started shooting people at random, not even military, just
they've been
civilians. No, I'm talking about the incident that happened a few weeks ago.
Oh,
They just flew in and look at that and go, yeah, I agree with that. It's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
Sorry, Frank. I thought you were done. I didn't mean to.
I'm never done.
Trending number 1 on social media on X, Twitter right now is ceasefire now. There are massive protests breaking out in Toronto right now, in New York, all over Brooklyn. Earlier this evening, a group of people claiming to be Jewish people took over Grand Central Station. Protesting for a ceasefire. Yeah, there's massive amounts of protests everywhere. And listen, I have to say this, and I said this earlier. Israel has the right to defend itself. And I said when 9/11 happened, we went out there and we just started blowing shit up because we were going to get to the guy who was responsible for it, and we didn't want to know any different. And it's hard for us to sit there and lecture another country that just sustained a terrorist attack and not respond.
Yeah,
but
not only a terrorist attack, but they're still being attacked, and they
still holding people hostage.
Hamas has hostages. It's like, well, we're not.
Right.
You have every right to try and stop all that.
But I want to say this, right? That being said, and I believe in all of those things. That being said, I think the death toll for Israelis is around 1,400 right now. And you're talking about 1,400 of the most brutal and horrific deaths. And they're saying that the Palestinians in Gaza, the death toll is around 7,000. And I said this the first podcast we did, and I believe it to be true to this day. They have a right to defend themselves. They have a right to exact revenge. But I'm telling you, we're going to get to a day and a point where they're going to look at it and they're going to go, this isn't doing anything. And it's not worth it anymore. And it's just going to end. There's not going to be any grand victory.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll get a Hamas leader or a cell or whatever. And that I hope they do. And that would be wonderful. But just like anything, like we killed Osama bin Laden, and then it took another God knows how many years for us to get out of all of that shit. And then it just ended. And then life just continued. And it's going to be the same for them. And it's going to feel unfulfilling. I said this the day that they blew up those 70 Palestinians who were families who it was clearly an accident. It's going to feel empty. You initially feel great blowing up everything and making a lot of noise and exacting revenge because a horrific thing happened to you. And it is your right. But even still, after a while, it's just not going to feel great anymore. And they're just going to wind up stopping. They'll declare victory and they'll say it's safer now and they'll do all that shit. But this is a record that's been playing for
every war. I mean,
thousands of years. And it's just not going to feel good.
There are points in a lot of wars where it's like, all right, it's over. But there are wars that just kind of, I don't want to say fade out, but, like you said, like the last one that we were in Afghanistan, we just kind of ended it. And we were like, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
It didn't end with a grand, we did this, we accomplished this, and we did that. It was just over. And you think this will be one of those, it's just going to end out of just everybody's just going to stop doing what they're doing?
You're fighting terrorists. There's no, even Palestine being its own, it's again, do you know what I'm saying, Frank? I don't fault them for doing it, but I'm telling you, the Israelis, the Jewish people at a certain point are going to be like, all right, I don't know. I don't really know what we're doing anymore.
Well, if once they it's a war. I mean, if they do that, then they give the other side,
right.
breathing room, and it's like, well, they'll stop when they have to stop defending themselves.
Right. And that's the thing. But for me, it's like, you're going to get to that anyway. It might take you 3 months. It might take you 3 years. Why not just get to it today? You can't see that that's where you're going anyway.
But
Save a
sure, but they could. I think they'll get to that point when they can safely get to that point. They can't do it until they know they're not going to just continuously get retaliated against. You know what I mean? They're not going to just stop because they want to. Of course, nobody wants to fight each other like that. I'm sure they don't want to do that, but they're going to stop when it's safe to stop. When they're not going to get, when Hamas and they're not going to get attacked again.
Great
they
leadership.
Get their hostages back.
Great leadership, though, and I'm not saying you can't use this time of exacting revenge to display great leadership, but great leadership, and again for like Netanyahu and all those. And I think Netanyahu's got to be the bigger person. Like, right? I say this about America all the time. Sometimes you got to be the bigger person. I think it's getting people to a table and figuring out, all right, how could we coexist? What split do we need to do where we can just move on from this?
Right.
Okay, there was the worst terrorist attack ever in the Middle East, and then we blew up a whole bunch of shit. Okay, so we've done that. Now, how do we figure out, living amongst each other together? Did I say that being said? Let me say this. Did I just say that?
You probably did. That sounds like a you thing.
I mean, has there been a better wordsmith than me since William Shakespeare? I don't.
That ranks up there with the thing is.
I love saying the thing is. I love saying that.
You could take one of those is out.
Yeah,
it'll be just fine.
Yeah. What am I doing here with Erin? How do I get her to be on the thing and not on the thing?
Oh.
You can put that up. That's Madam Mim from.
I feel like we look really weird here like this. All right, let's do it.
I'm all squished. I should back up a little bit.
I don't know why.
All right, Erin.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Erin?
I want to thank you for warming up the crowd for me with the Middle East. Super kind of you.
To be fair, that was Anthony.
You know what that's like? You know what that's like, Erin? If you were a comedian and they had someone to warm you up, it'd be like a Trump impersonator, right?
Almost. Yeah.
Almost. No one wants to. Yeah.
I feel like a big dick. All right, Erin. Erin is here, so it's time for Blind Top 5. This is where she gives us 5 items, and we have to rank them from 1 to 5, but we don't know what is coming next.
Okay,
all right.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So
it's going to go a little bit longer, so I lost my place. Oh, I found it. Okay. So this one, it's for all. I have 3, but if we only want to do 2 tonight, that's great. But you're all participating at the same time. It's not one at a time tonight. Cool.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Pen and paper.
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Well, how about I'm going to put it on or Microsoft Word. Go ahead.
Okay. This one is called $100,000 shopping spree. You have $100,000. There's no time limit in which to use it, but if you do pass away before you use it, any remaining money is going to your worst enemy. So try to spend it. Don't hoard it, is what I'm trying to say. And you can spend it on yourself, others, gifts. It isn't just for you.
Myself. Go ahead.
What I'm going to give what?
I said myself. Go ahead.
I understood. Yeah, great. And now, all right, I'm going to give you things that you can spend them on. Okay.
Okay.
Number
So this is rank in order from 1 to 5. The things we would. This is rank in order from 1 to 5. The things we would spend $100,000 on.
Yes.
Okay.
There are 5 categories.
Okay.
Right.
Can I ask a question? A clarifying question.
Yes.
Are we spending part of 100,000, or is 100,000 for each of these things?
For each of them, you have $100,000, and which would be the best thing to have to spend it on the category.
Okay.
And there's no time limit, but again, don't hoard it because you can't pass it on to your family and friends. It goes to the person you hate the most. I don't know why I added that.
Robin, I'm with you. It's incentive to spend it. I get you. That's good.
I'm a little confused, but I'm ready. I'm ready for the first one.
Number 1 is travel.
$100,000
Oh,
on
shit.
travel.
Oh, this is hard. Oh, I get it now. I thought you were going to be like, I don't know, a Mercedes-Benz SL, Fuck. All right, travel.
Get over it. Play the game.
Okay, I got it. I am Frank. I'm taking a bold strategy here. I'm doing what I don't do in this game.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works.
Oh wait, we said we're saying it now, right? We're going to say it up front.
I don't know. You're all playing at the same time, so it changes
Do
a
you
little
wanna
bit. What do you want to do?
Yeah,
Doesn't
we're
matter
going
to
to
me.
say it. We're going to say it as we go. We're going to try that.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Janine, where'd you put travel?
1.
Wow. You filled
Frank?
in the 1 spot already. I put it in as 4. Because I have a
What?
feeling. I can't see.
Number 1.
Number
for me.
1. So I have a feeling we're going to get some curves here.
I never do it, but I'm with Janine. I'm going travel's a good one.
Okay.
Erin's going to
It-
fuck Janine.
It is a
Erin's
good
gonna
one. And I
fuck
wanted,
us on this.
I know.
I would love to travel and do that. But I know you're going to send us, you throw us some curves. I was going to put it at number 3.
Yeah, you're
but
smart.
I settled at 4.
Erin's such a piece. She's going to be like, a cure for cancer. We're going to be like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, go ahead, Erin.
All right. Number 2 is clothes, shoes, and jewelry. Clothing, shoes, and jewelry.
Fucking Janine's regretting her number 1 already. I could tell.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You want me to say it?
Yep.
2.
Wow, 1 and 2. I have it at 5.
Me and Frank are on the. We're matching now. We're different matches, but we're matching.
Guys.
We're jiving.
Number 5. That one stinks. Next, Erin.
All right. Next is beauty, upkeep, or surgery. Anything to do.
Oh, Aaron.
Anything you can buy, any makeup you want to buy, any
shit.
surgery you want to get done to,
Darn it.
including
I
your
am
eyes. If you want to get your eyes done, like like vision, that's included.
Okay,
I am running out
question.
of makeup.
Question. Does this include elective surgery?
Yes,
For
absolutely.
example, like
Yes.
penis enhancement.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Just curious. Just it's not for me.
I
but
seriously
penis
thought you would be
enhancement.
like, you need to make it smaller. If you have to, I really love a little money.
I know, right? I really a little
Oh,
smaller
but
cock.
I can't put on my pants.
No, it hurts when I walk. 3.
3.
You're a loser. I mean, Janine is her list stinks. Number 2,
Where are you?
penis enhancement.
2. That's good. I like how you skipped the whole beauty or aesthetic. You just wrote penis enhancement.
Right,
The whole 100,000.
Yep. I'm gonna be like, what's the biggest size cock I can get, doctor? You just tell me.
Doc, I
wanna-
got $100,000. Put it straight into my penis. What are we doing here?
I want to.
100 into the cock.
I want to be able to put my penis on a wheelbarrow to walk around.
Right.
And
Wheelbarrow's
then
extra.
one tube of lipstick. Like I had a little left over. Here's a-
Little leftover.
Okay. Number 4 is car or boat.
Car or boat?
5.
$100,000. All right. I put it in as number 2. So I have my number 1 spot is still empty.
I went with number 3.
5.
I'm in it.
Here comes cancer
Number
cure.
2. Fuck. Yep. Okay.
Ready?
Ready for the last one.
Number 5 is restaurants.
Oh, like spending them at restaurants. All right. I guess I got.
Travel was 4. We have to talk after this.
No, I'm regretting that. I want to. Because you know what? I usually my strategy is the first thing that's said, I put it in the middle somewhere, 3, 4, and I stupidly I put it too low because I didn't know it was coming.
Stupidly, right? Stupidly.
I regret my list. I do not stand by this list.
Ooh, Onion and Robin have food and restaurants in at number 1.
My
Wow.
list. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because I have nowhere else to put it. I have it in number 1.
You got it at number 1. See, I changed my strategy. I'm happy with it.
Good job, man. I mean,
All right. Travel number 1, penis enhancement number 2, car boat number 3, restaurants at number 4, clothing, shoes, and jewelry at number 5. I'm liking my list. Frank is restaurant. Oh.
Yeah, let me put it back.
Frank is restaurants, car, boat, beauty, travel, and clothes.
Yeah,
Frank's
if it-
is not bad.
It's not bad, but I would move travel away. I would probably on this list. I would make travel number one.
Yeah.
I was not prepared. That's the name of the game, though. You don't know what's coming next. I thought, honestly, I thought you're right. Like cancer cure, whatever the
Listen, your wife
Something
zips them
else.
by. She's like a pitcher. She zips that slider in there 0-2.
That's the
You're
truth.
fucked. You
But
know?
no, I would move travel up if I could.
All right, but now I'll tell you what, she didn't put the cancer cure in there. So now I'm really starting to question life altogether. I don't know what to expect now.
Every time you think I'm gonna zig, a zag, baby.
I know.
Right.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it. There's
Right,
Bird's list. Here's
Yeah, we got-
Paige's list.
Good list, guys. Thanks for
Robin's
playing along.
regretting his list.
Yeah, see, Robin is the same. He wrote my list was like Frankie's. Yeah, exactly. I did the same thing. Robin and I are on the same page, and he regrets it too. I did not think out my list.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. That's a good one. Blind top 5. Are we ready for the second list?
All
I'm
right.
ready.
This one is called 48 Hours, and it's something that you can experience for 48 hours.
Oh.
All right.
All right. This is, all right.
Orgasm.
Yeah. Are we all saving orgasm for number 1?
My number one spot's wide open. That's what she said.
Right.
Okay. Number 1 is Be Invisible.
Be invisible for 48 hours. We're going
Wow.
supernatural here. Okay.
4.
Wow.
Do you have to be naked?
We'd actually prefer if you weren't naked.
What?
We'd actually prefer if you were not naked.
Okay, so not naked, invisible, 48 hours. Got it.
Holy cow. I need can I get a 20-second timeout on this? I need a minute. Invisible is so good.
Right out of the gate. Invisible.
Think about this. You can I like that Janine put it in a chat. That's helpful. You can
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
you could go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah, but you got to keep an eye on that clock.
That cock.
48 hours. It's up.
That's
I
true.
knew
You
it. As soon as I said clock, I knew it.
don't want to be watching some random couple having sex and all of a sudden you
Oh,
reappear.
wait a minute. Hold
I
on.
love
a
how you
minute.
go creepy. Anthony just goes creepy
immediately.
right away.
Immediately. What else would you do with invisibility?
Hold on.
That's a good question.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. The Maine Manhunt. Do you guys
Yes.
know what happened?
We talked about it at the start of the
Did
show.
something
Did they
new
find the
happen?
guy
They found him dead
Oh,
They
wow.
found him dead.
just now?
of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Shit.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Piece of-
Breaking
Maybe
news.
that's
Breaking
crap.
news. Only on Anthony on air. That's it.
JSAB's breaking the HR liability breaking news live on the podcast. That's amazing.
You can
Piece of
always
crap.
count on me.
I hate when that happens because they have to. They don't face the justice here
I
on
know.
Earth. You know?
It's like
Maybe
that
in the next
enrages
life
me.
they'll get justice, but
I wonder if that's why they couldn't find him, because it's not like he was on the run. He was literally just lying dead somewhere. Was it in it? I mean, it couldn't. They were in his house, so it's not there. Was it in just like
Sure.
a wooded area or something crazy like that?
hold on.
yeah, does it say where they found him?
Yep. Found dead in the woods.
Dead in the woods.
Hmm.
At least he died like a piece of shit.
Right. It would have been better if the animals ate him.
Yeah.
It would have been better if they caught him alive and he had to face justice.
Let's get back to this invisibility thing.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
all right. Invisibility.
Hurry
Invisibility.
up. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Let's talk this out though, because the first thing I would do is go watch somebody have sex.
Oh, my God.
That's number one for you.
Who's
You know, you
who?
could-
Your parents?
Oh, seen
Your
it.
parents, okay. The second thing I would do, I swear to God, I would wander on down to Washington D.C. and I'd find my way into the Pentagon or the White House and be in on one of them cool meetings with fucking.
You mean like where they discuss who changes Biden's diaper?
Someone's gotta. Now,
No,
See,
you've got 4 p.m. Come on.
So what you could do is you coordinate with like the government or whoever, and you say, "Listen, I've got this power for 48 hours. You could drop me somewhere. I'll get in, get out.
Nah, you
No
don't
one will
want to
see me.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in 48 hours?
How about you just steal
What do I
money?
know?
I'm just saying.
You know, it's
Or
not a
you
bad
could
idea,
steal
Frank.
money.
Like you telling me, like there was a
Right,
rumor
you
over the
just-
weekend that what's his name? The Kremlin guy. Fuck is his name?
Putin?
Putin had a heart attack.
Uh-huh.
That would be fun to crawl up into that Kremlin and see what's going on over there. Is he on the mend? Is he,
Right.
you wouldn't want to be even in the White House, like to be in there now with all the tensions in the Middle East, like to be in on one of those top secret meetings. I think that would be fun as shit.
Boring. Go steal some
So
money.
that's good. Is that right? So where are we putting them on the list? J-Sabs.
Paige
4.
isn't perverted. She went past sex and went, I would steal money first. You could go into a bank.
You could go into a bank, but are you walking out with visible money? Like is
Bag
visible
of
money,
money.
floating around? Or once you
know.
pick it up, is
You
it
guys-
invisible now?
You
It's a
guys,
good question.
you guys are thinking about this all wrong.
Erin, can you clarify? If I pick up a bag of money, does it become invincible or
Oh,
No, it doesn't become invisible.
okay, that's gonna
Just
be
you
harder.
are invisible. Yeah, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Just you are invisible. Plus you got to be able to get out of there too. Doors shut. You you can open them, but you got to be able to unlock shit.
Yeah. All right. I got it. I'm gonna put it down.
So
Go
J
ahead.
Sap said 4. I said I put it in as 3.
I went number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 for invisible. Okay,
All
Aaron.
right.
Okay. Also, I just want to say I'm not in the habit of making things about me.
right.
Couldn't believe that I had to follow the Middle East, and my second game had to follow "We found the shooter dead." It's like nobody. All right. Number 2 is be the opposite gender.
Oh.
Oh boy.
God. Did you say this? Because I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. This is one of my big mysteries in life, right? That no
What?
matter
The G
what,
spot. Oh, go ahead. Female orgasm.
yeah, that I will like no matter what we do, you cannot know what it feels like for sex on the other side. You know what I mean? Like even for trans people, I think you can get close to it, but I don't think you'll ever be like you'll just never know, like what sex feels like for you. You can never understand.
Mm-hmm. So you're putting that at number 1, I'm guessing.
No, but I'm just saying it's one of the great frustrations that you could never quite comprehend
No,
what
it's true.
that feels like.
I have some questions. Am I attractive, or is it just me?
Good question.
You're attractive.
Oh, cool.
I think I could steal a bag of money with this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. To be honest, I'll fucking sucker in one of them billionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
3.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting it too. Number 3.
I put it in as number 4 because my number 3 was.
Stop being such a
Invisible.
fraidy cat, Frank. I mean, live a little.
My number 3 was invisible.
All right, Erin.
Okay, be the celebrity of your choice for 48 hours, but not a political leader.
Oh.
Oh.
2.
Yeah, I put it in as 2.
This is gonna surprise people. I put it at number 5.
That's surprising.
Wow.
I don't
Because
think that's
technically, you could do you could 2 birds with 1 stone here. You could pick a female celebrity if you want. And
yeah,
do
but
this-
I don't
the
care.
Sex switch, but now you're a celebrity.
Sex switch again is something that is so out of the realm of possibility. That's why it's so intriguing.
Yeah, so's invisibility.
True. But
None of this is real.
But it's like, okay, I'll tell you what, on a similar level, the colors that we see, I will never see the colors that Frank sees or Janine or Erin sees. We all may agree that this is blue, but I don't know if we really all see the exact same shade of blue.
Save it for
Same
the
thing with
420 show.
taste.
will you?
Damn, that's deep.
I'm just saying, same thing with taste. We all know what its steak tastes like.
Yeah.
But are
Like-
we literally tasting the same exact thing?
Are we literally exactly?
Damn,
Exactly.
that's
We might
fucking
describe it as-
deep.
We might describe something as sweet, but what is our definition of sweet? And what is our definition of
Damn.
yellow and green?
The
What's
other
that?
day when you were having that conversation about how we'll never be able to experience sex from the other gender's perspective, who were you talking to?
Both.
Yeah. No. What person were you actually talking to
Oh,
about that?
you therapist. You don't want to know.
Okay.
Oh,
This is what I
sorry.
talked to my therapist about.
Because it is an
I
inappropriate
honestly thought it was
workplace
just
conversation.
so-
I do. I run through all my podcast material with the therapist before.
Oh,
Right.
good. What were you
All
saying, Aaron?
I thought it might have been a Starbucks barista, and he was like,
So that's extra whipped cream?
They're like, "Sir, can you just get your coffee and go, please?"
Yeah, get the hell out of here, please.
Right.
Look at Paige. To be honest, Aunt, I don't care how it feels for you. I only care how it feels for me. Oh, I get that. That's understandable. I'm just saying these are the things that keep me up at night.
Right.
I'm putting celebrity at number 5 because I frankly don't envy celebrities and how they live. I don't think that
Oh,
that's
I
an
do.
enjoyable process.
You wouldn't want to live as a celebrity for 2 days?
No.
See, I would pick someone like James Hetfield and do 2 shows or something and have like an audience and be able to play. Like, do I get the skills that celebrity has? Would I be able to play the guitar and sing?
Mm,
If I could do that, I would like to
that's interesting.
rock star it, you know?
That I understand. That's understandable. I don't feel that way, but I understand. Who was your celebrity that you were thinking of, Janine?
Oh my god. Well, not Brittany right now. I didn't have anyone in mind. I just kept seeing an actress and going to the Met. Oh my god. Go ahead.
But you could do that.
You're right.
Oh, you mean like the Met Gala?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
I could
you
do
meant-
that too.
I think meant the museum.
As much as I love Dave Matthews, I wouldn't want to be Dave Matthews. I don't know.
Just for 2 days, see what's up.
No, I have no desire, none whatsoever.
All right.
Is that weird? I feel like I'm
It's
broken.
fine. No,
You're
I like
broken.
this revelation from Bird. I'm noticing a trend. I save 1 and 2 for last. You learn a lot about yourself playing Blind Top 5.
yeah,
really
you
do.
Right now, my 1 and 5 are open.
Me too.
My
Fucking
whole
Robin.
middle is taken.
Will Smith for the slapping ability. That's a good one. All right, Darren.
okay, number 4 is be any animal, fish, bird, anything, but you will not die. So if you're afraid of predators, don't be afraid of predators. You won't die.
Ah,
That
an animal. That's a good
that
one.
is interesting to me.
Pick any animal.
Ooh, I would say that would be number 5 for me.
Where does any
Fish
animal?
have
See,
an animal already.
If we needed further proof that Janine and I are on opposite sides of the spectrum.
You
be a
picked
bird,
one.
fly around, eat worms and shit. That's probably the worst part of it. That's a good one though. Okay, what was yours, J Subs?
5.
I put it as 5 as well.
Oh my God, you people are losers. Number 1.
Number 1 was be an
Number
animal.
1.
What would
You
You
animal.
you wouldn't want to know what it feels like to be an eagle
Yeah.
flying.
But after being a celebrity and being invisible.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, to be on a stage and have a whole stadium cheering for you, I understand that. But the beauty of just being able to fly,
Well, you could do that in a plane or
no, it's not the same.
jump. You know, you could do what's it called? Parachuting, skydiving.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it's not the same, but it's pretty close.
I don't think so. All right, last one, Aaron.
be able to read minds?
One.
Oh,
One.
shit.
Yep, one for
One.
me too.
And you know
Well,
what?
and you're
I
happy
already
with it.
do. Go ahead.
Oh, read minds for 48 hours.
Good.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
I mean, I think I would.
All right, so I got that in at number 1 because that was my last position open, and it's not bad. I'll take read minds. That's pretty cool.
That's a pretty good. I can't argue with that. That's pretty good.
That's a good one. Read my. Do I want to know what other people think of me? I don't know.
I don't think so, but I think we're so curious. It's Pandora's box. I think we're so curious. You'd want to know what it's like for 48 hours. I think you'd hate it. I think you'd be relieved when it was over, but I think you'd be happy that you did it.
Oof, that was a good list. Great job, hon.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Was there a third, or is there just two tonight?
There's a third if you want it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
I got to tell you that these are good ones. That last one was.
That was a great one.
That might be. That's highlight reel. What'd you say?
Can J Sabs hang? You okay, girl?
I just got a bad headache. Let me hear it.
All right, we'll go fast.
It's
All right.
it worsened. I'm sorry. Just to say it worsens, and Frank said he would use travel as number 4. So go ahead.
Me too.
I'm sorry.
It's not going anywhere. All right.
I should have moved that one up.
Just kidding, hon. It's fine. All right. These are jobs, and you don't have to do the training. You don't have to do the schooling. You just have them. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Number 1 is doctor. And you can pick any specialist or whatever doctor you want to be, but you have to stick with it. You can't change, but you can pick any kind of doctor you want to be. Surgeon.
Easiest answer ever. 5. Who wants to be a doctor?
You're a doctor. That's your career.
Hate it.
Career.
Hate it. Hate it. Renee, 5. Robin,
Yeah.
5.
I did
Bird,
5 as
5.
well.
I don't know what I'm even thinking at 4, but I hate it.
J Sabs is 1.
I'm gonna pick 1.
Wow.
Why is that funny?
All right, now I think because you want to like save people. Is that what it is? You want to you want to help?
Yep.
Yeah, disgusting.
Well, no, I
Disgusting.
think it's actually an interesting job. But go ahead.
No, it is. I envy doctors. I do not want to be one.
Yeah, that's got to be a very difficult thing to do, and it's nonstop. You're always on call. It's a whole different lifestyle.
Not all the time. Not
Usually.
always on call.
No, but a lot of the time. It depends on what kind of doctor you are. I mean, can I be a
Right.
chiropractor?
Is it because you want to see everybody naked on the table?
That's right.
Me?
No, I know what it is because Janine wants to help people. She's trying to eliminate stillbirth. I get it. That makes a lot of sense.
See, there you go.
Okay.
All right,
If
what's
that's-
the next one?
Go ahead.
Was that not your reason? Did I misread the situation? Is that not your reason?
Oh my God! Wait. She would want to look at cocks all day. She would do pro bono physicals for the homeless population. Who is this?
Pro boner.
The Cox, they thought you would be a veterinarian looking at roosters.
Exactly.
There you go.
Who is this? Onion. Somebody who listens to things that you say. That's who it is.
Someone paying attention.
Dad? Dad?
All right,
Yeah,
Aaron.
your
What's
dad.
next?
All right, number 2 is senator for 4 terms.
Oh, I'm
5.
sad I don't have
5.
5 left.
5.
Senator.
You know what? I'm gonna put that at number 3 because, like Janine,
Come on.
like Janine on the last one, I feel like I can help in this area. So
I put it as number 2.
No.
you put it at number
Didn't you
2.
wanna be mayor when we were like 26?
Yeah, you ran for mayor once, didn't you?
ran for mayor.
That was a radio stunt, though. That was,
Still. Counts.
the person who did an article on me goes, "I'm not gonna lie to you. If I do this article, you might win." And I go, "No, I'm not gonna win." He's like, "You might win." The person who won got like 48 votes. If I would have stayed in, I would have fucking won. I mean,
You should have done it.
Wait,
yeah.
did you really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like the town you used to live in?
No, I didn't. I never officially put my name on the ballot. I pulled out before I had to do that. And actually, I was running against the incumbent mayor and a woman who had a cat in her press photo. She looked just like Janine. There was like a cat, or it was a guy. It was a cat. I'm like, who's gonna take you fucking seriously? But anyway, that was
You could have took it down.
I could have. That would have been amazing. I would have ruined the beautiful town of Sag Harbor for 2 years.
Oh God. Okay.
Mm. All right.
All right. I'm in at number 3. I put senator at number 3.
Ew, Frank.
Where'd you put it,
Anthony.
Janine? 5?
5.
Okay.
10 if
Well,
I
I already
could.
had 5 as doctor.
I was gonna say
It's
she
boring.
would have made it 6 if she had filled out.
Yeah,
5.
really.
All right, what's the next one?
All right, next is actor or actress.
2. It's easy.
I put it in as 1.
Hmm.
I think that would be a really cool job.
I'm gonna put it at 2. Kind of regretting being at number 1. I think I like that profession a lot.
It's a fun job.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I can't believe all the
Saving
people.
lives.
I can't believe all the people putting it at 4 and 5.
Me too.
Are you a successful actor or just an actor?
I don't know. Middle.
Middle actor.
In my mind, I would be on Broadway. I respect that. I think that's a fun part of it. I wouldn't want to be like on Days of Our Lives or some shit.
You wouldn't want to be a movie actor?
To a skull.
Ugh.
Right?
Anthony talking to a skull. Oh, Horatio.
I already knew you. Horatio, I was almost mayor.
Okay, go ahead. Next.
Astronaut.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. I'm so happy I didn't put actor at number 1.
Am I a good astronaut or am I? I'm kidding. All
Wait,
right.
where did I
astronaut.
put it?
I'm not going to hold up my paper. I'm just going to
4.
flash it because I don't know how to spell astronaut, but there it is. Number 1. There you
Just
go.
put astronaut.
Ew, 4.
2.
4. Are you insane
Ugh.
to be able to be in outer space? That doesn't intrigue you at all?
No, I actually have no interest in that. The only thing I have interest in is aliens up there somewhere.
Well, what if you go up there and they're all waiting up there?
How do you think you're gonna find them if you're not an astronaut?
No, you'll never find them over. I want to find them here. I don't want to find them on their.
Oh, you
planet.
just don't want to do the work. I see.
Right.
You want to find them, but you want them to come to you.
Right.
So
Got
you
it.
want home court advantage.
Yeah. Now I'm talking like a liberal. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Look at how unanimous this is. Onion
Hey.
Robin at number 1, Renee at 2, Paige at 2, Sybil at 1.
Yeah, I'm in it too.
I feel like this. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to do to get
Yeah,
there.
but you know how to do it. That's the
No,
thing.
I feel
If you become an astronaut, if you choose astronaut, you know how to do it.
I feel like it's very boring once you get there. What do you do?
Being in outer space?
Janine, this you would see Janine floating in outer space, like just floating, and then you would just be like, just see her scrolling.
Playing Angry Birds. Fuck
Can't
this.
you get off the gram?
What is that? The moon? Big fucking deal.
Yeah.
I see the moon every night. The
Like,
moon.
this is Houston, Janine. She'd be like, not now, not now.
I'll tell
Watch
you
this.
why. I'll tell you why. What's that movie with Sandra Bullock?
Gravity.
Fucking.
Oh my gosh, I saw that with you. I saw that
Yeah,
with
we
you.
saw that together, all of us.
Yeah,
hate
but
that movie.
she wasn't.
Boring.
We would be an expert, isn't that the thing?
Yeah, you
I
know what you're doing.
I think truly, it's boring.
I don't think.
I
think once you get up there,
I have no interest in outer space unless it's aliens.
you would be traveling. You'd be able to go around the world in 90 minutes, the whole Earth. That's how fast you're going, and you're up there, and you could see the stars, the moon, all the
I feel like I would
planets
get
and
sick.
shit.
I feel like I would get motion sickness, and you can't eat anything good. And where do you shit? Goodbye.
You shit in
I
a
don't like
bag.
this. I don't like this.
Shit.
You stick your ass out the window, and that's it.
We're like,
You
think
roll
of
down
all
the
the
window.
things you could see and how it would feel. Janine's like, where do you shit? I don't.
I'm sure they'd go over that with you. I'd give you the rundown.
I just feel like there's a lot of prep. There's a lot of like.
Again,
things to
you
do.
know what to. You'll know what to do.
No,
though.
I
That's
think
the
I'll
point
think
of
they're
this.
like, oh, that was like not worth it.
Here's the thing: once you pick astronaut, you're automatically you know what you're doing.
You're great
That's
at
the
it.
point
Yeah.
of this. You don't have to go through the training.
Nice. She
That's-
doesn't have to be an astronaut. I don't
You
know why.
have to be an astronaut. Damn it!
Thank you, Erin,
can't let
because
it
they're
go.
fucking.
We're not going to quit until you become a friggin' astronaut.
So you move it up a notch.
Damn it!
Neil's got it. I think there's no homeless guys in space. Let's leave it at that.
That's true.
That we know of. You don't know until you get there.
I'm not. like I said, it just doesn't. It doesn't interest me
Outer space
unless
just
it's
doesn't do it for you.
aliens. But outer space and aliens are two
Guys,
different
just
things,
think of it as more space for you. Cool?
Mm.
right?
Good point.
All right,
All
fine.
right, last one, Aaron.
Number 5 is influencer.
Okay, 2. That's. I mean, well, that would be number 3 then for me, because I would
Number 4.
like that.
Aren't we that though? Kind of.
I was gonna say we're halfway there.
No, but
Kinda.
I have to like do it like a lot.
We're
Frank, what was your
podcasters.
5?
I'm sorry.
Me?
What was your 5, Frank?
All right, so number 5 is doctor. Number 4 is influencer. Number 3 is senator. Number 2, astronaut. Number 1, actor.
Thank you.
We are almost identical except for 1 and 2. I have actor and then astronaut at number 1.
All right. What if you're an actor who plays an astronaut?
That would be nice.
Boring. Boring.
It's
I
outer
just-
space.
I
don't
told
have
you
to
what happened
spend-
when I saw the movie Gravity, right?
Yeah, but that was a movie that didn't get a lot of it right.
No,
Got some of it right.
I legit thought it was about aliens. Legit. So I was all excited. We go see the movie, and
There was
roommate
nothing in
told
the
me,
previews that made it
I
seem like
don't
aliens.
know why. Thought it was aliens, and I sat there the whole movie like this.
And the aliens never show up.
They never show up. The movie's over. I said to my husband, I go, well, that was fucking great. He goes, that was a good movie, right? I go, no, it wasn't. I hated it. And he's like, why? I'm like, because I thought it was about aliens. And he's like, why would you think it's about aliens? I'm like, because I thought it was about aliens. And now I came here set to watch an alien movie. And what? No,
All right, so
I
you were
watched Sandra
disappointed?
Bullock and the other guy cry about each other in space.
So you don't want to be, you wouldn't want to be an astronaut because a movie let you down?
it just boring.
Ugh.
It was boring.
Boring.
Don't go off of Gravity. Go off of I don't know, something else. But
Armageddon?
don't go off of Gravity. Every other movie is a disaster. Like disasters happen. There's no successful space mission movie.
There is no space mission movie where they go up, they do what they have to do, and they come back down,
They
and
come
there's
back down.
no issue.
Zero conflict, no problems.
If it's a space movie, they're getting stuck in space for a certain amount of time. That's
Something
Boring.
bad's happening.
that's a given.
Boring.
All right.
Oh, well.
I am clearly an astronaut that prefers to be invisible and spend $100,000 on penis enhancement surgery. That is.
I am an actor who reads minds and goes to every restaurant he can.
These are good blind fives on this.
Way to go,
episode.
Aaron.
Thanks
You
for
did-
having me. Have
Great
a good night,
job.
everybody.
Did another good job. This blind five thing that was
It's
good.
fun stuff.
Yeah.
Hope everybody else is having fun. It seems like you liked participating, so thank you for doing that. Awesome.
Didn't you feel like that we got to see everybody's numbers as we were going? It was a little bit better.
Yeah, no, I agree. You did, I'm with you.
All right.
I like it this way. It's good.
Yeah, look, Paige, Aaron, this was fun. Thank you. I love learning what fellow chatters picked too. Yeah, I like seeing everybody else's list.
Yeah, this worked out well.
Glow
Jay
worm.
Sabs, you're boring.
Sabs, you're boring. That movie was boring. Jay Sabs, you're boring. There's nothing better than a comeback like that.
Did you ever see Interstellar? That's a good space movie.
No, I haven't.
Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, and something else that rhymes with A.
I didn't want to rain on Jay Sabs' parade because she was on a roll there. I haven't seen Gravity. I haven't seen
We
Interstellar.
saw Gravity. You came with us. We saw Gravity together. Yeah, you
Nope.
were there.
Nope. I was
I
not
don't
there.
know, man.
I don't think I
Maybe
was
you missed
invited.
it. Probably.
I don't want to say anything, but I was not there.
You didn't see. Well, you've seen space movies. It's not like you haven't seen any space.
I
movies.
am struggling to think of a space movie that I have seen since Apollo 13.
Mission to Mars with the one with Ben Affleck. I think that was Mission to Mars or The Martian. I think that was Ben Affleck. No,
No,
I'm
Matt
sorry,
Damon.
Matt Damon. Like
Didn't see that
there's
one.
a difference.
Is
I
that one
didn't see-
good? There's one.
That
where,
one is good.
There's
that
one
one, I
where
like that one.
aliens come. Is that the one with Anne Heche that people say is just outstanding?
No, I don't think Anne Heche is in that one. It's
No, not Anne
Matt-
Heche. I'm sorry. Who did you say before?
Matt Damon. Oh,
No.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Is that
Anne
that
Hathaway,
one?
Matthew McConaughey. Yes, that's Interstellar, and that's a good one. A little
Is it
long, but
good?
it's good. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Jack me off says way too long. You
What
guys
about
are on.
Contact? That pissed me off. That fucking.
Maybe it was Contact. I swear I just saw a clip the other day where they're walking and they look to the left and there's like a huge alien spaceship and they're all like
Oh,
freaking.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. But there was one with oh, what's her name? From Black Swan.
Oh, no.
Portman. Natalie Portman. Like Arrival or something. That's
Oh, maybe
alien.
that was it.
It wasn't space, but it was aliens.
Okay.
Armageddon, Deep Impact, Apollo 13 is the last one. There's a few that are out. There's one that I want to see. I think it's called Life. There's a few
Okay.
people in it. Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, is in it, where they're in a spaceship and they discover some kind of weird life form. It looks like a jellyfish or something, and it ends up running amok on the ship. That looks
I
pretty
love
cool.
when things run amok on a ship.
Yeah,
This is good
stuff.
times.
There's a lot of good space movies out there.
Mucks need to be run, you know? It's just,
You can't have a muck and not run it.
you never just see a muck walking by, strolling casually. Just,
There are no casual mucks. Very hyper intense mucks must be run. Right? Go see a space movie. Is the moral of this whole thing.
what was happening? It was a thing and it was walking amok. It was running. No,
Yeah,
no.
Muck seemed fine to me. I didn't want to mess with it.
Muck was just, making its way. No big
Right.
deal.
Another good space movie was Passengers. That was a good one.
Who was in that?
I've mentioned that a couple times. It's Jennifer Lawrence and the guy, what the hell's his name? Chris Pratt.
Okay.
They're supposed to be on like a cruise ship, but it's in outer space. It's taking them to another planet, but it takes 80 years to get there. So they're in like a cryogenic sleep. But Chris Pratt ends up waking up 80 years before they.
Oh, you have talked about that panic. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend that one. It's a good one.
Chef recommends.
Chef recommends.
Jack Meoff says Contact is great.
Contact is a good movie. A little long. Ending's a little weird. It's okay. It's okay. There's just one. There's a big ex machina type of thing in it that kind of pisses everybody off, me included, in Contact. But I don't want to spoil it for everybody. But
Neil says
Star Wars. Hello, yes, Star Wars.
Annihilation was
Oh.
a Natalie Portman movie.
Yes, Annihilation. Yes, I think that was a Natalie Portman movie.
Okay.
Star Wars, of course. Yes, all the Star Wars. Good space movies. Star Trek, also good. I'm in.
I haven't seen those either. Sorry.
You got to catch up on your space movies.
You know what I'm learning about myself is I have a serious
Jason in
deficiency.
Outer Space. I don't know what it's called. Jason Goes to Space or something. Remember the Friday the 13th? It's like Jason in space.
I do remember that. Yeah.
What a stupid thing that was.
Mm.
I don't even think I saw it. I saw clips of it, but why would you put Jason? Why is he even on the ship? How did Jason get on the ship?
And what space? I'm telling you, Apollo 13, I think, is the last space movie I've seen.
Yeah, there's some good modern day ones out there that you should catch up on.
I got to get into it. By the way, nobody gave me Halloween movies. Nobody sent J-Sabs. Not one.
I will send them to you. I'll send them
Okay.
to you now when we get off the air. I'll send you
Your cousin sent me the
the video.
pictures and video. It's amazing. His Halloween display. We're gonna put that out soon. Tomorrow,
Yeah,
probably.
that is some crazy shit.
It is.
But I'll
awesome.
send you my Halloween movie list.
All right, awesome. All right, Halloween movie list. The craziest Halloween decorations display I've ever seen. All coming to our Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you're following the show on all social medias. Links are on anthonyonair.com. Donate to JSAB's charity, the Star Legacy Foundation. She's trying to stop stillbirth all throughout the month of October. So make sure you do that. And of course, thanks to Erin Her book Oval, link for that is in the description below on this episode. If you love Erin, you'll love her book Oval. It's a novel. It is out on Amazon. You could order it right now. Again, link in the description for all of these items. Go right there. Frankie C,
Yes, sir.
have a good weekend, my friend.
Thank you. You do the same. Everybody out there as well, thanks for joining us in the chat. See you next time.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go